The New York Islanders. It's got to be tough when you're a team that.
Doesn't shoot.
I mean, I wasn't gonna go that. I was gonna go the whole back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals losses. At some point, as a fan, you probably think, "Man, what if Tampa wasn't here?" Like the feeling that Caps fans probably had for a decade against Crosby.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it would be nice if they shot the puck or imagine the Islanders, but they could score. Apparently, I don't think they led after the first period for the entirety of the playoffs. It's hard to win a Stanley Cup when you don't score. Now, I know going into that pit, I think pretty sure going into the Tampa series, they had the most goals in the playoffs. However, when you get to that point and the games get tighter and tighter, and you again face Vasilevsky and the Tampa Bay Lightning, like again, they're 5-on-3 in that game 6. It got nothing. You can't have that opportunity. And I acknowledge they win the game, but there are some problems there, man. Like Palmieri not being able to hit the net in game 6-2 was a big problem. Barzal needs to be a bit more selfish, but he was incredible. I mean, what a playoffs win that Barzal. If you look at the Islanders, Alex, do you happen to have their cap friendly up, or should I? You do?
I
Okay.
do.
So I feel like I'm going to ask you, you know what I'm about to ask. What are their contracts looking like? And your favorite stat in mind, what is their projected cap space going into this summer?
So their projected cap space, and obviously it's not moving anytime soon, is 5.7 million.
Yep.
In terms of like contracts, there's obviously Palmieri, but I don't think he's coming back. Like, we're all in agreement that he's probably not.
He wants to get his last year,
Right.
his last chance to get a big contract.
They could bring Travis Zajac back. Like, that seems like a Lou move, like he did with Andy Green, just on a league min deal. Casey Cizikas, Michael Dalcol is an RFA with who's arbitration eligible, and then this one is a big one, Anthony Beauvillier,
Ooh, yeah.
who will get some money. And then defense wise, it's Braden Coburn, Andy Green, and Adam Pelech. And Ilya Sorokin. Sorry, I just noticed that as well. So they have some work to do.
Corey Schneider's a UFA.
And Corey Schneider, yeah, I guess throw him in there. Throw him in there too.
What did he play?
Did he play?
So no, he did not play.
I remember for like the longest time they're like they will sign him, and then when he did sign, I'm like, oh, that they didn't even announce it.
He played 2 games in the AHL.
Oh.
Beautiful. So, is it time for the Islanders to? You could see them bringing Cizikas back because he's part of that fourth identity line, they call it. I hate that line so much, the identity line. But is it not time for the Islanders to maybe look at, listen, if you get some more offensive talent, you get some scoring besides just deadline guys. I mean, like a hockey deal. Do you not start going that route? Like, it's not just if you get an offensive guy, you're going to ruin your whole structure. Like, that's getting buy-in from a guy, right? But is it time for and maybe it's easier said than done because of the cap situation, but is it maybe not time for the Islanders to start boosting up their forward core a bit more? Because I know Barry Trotz mentioned he's not wrong. They didn't have Anders Lee.
Yeah.
Still, though, there's not enough offensive oomph from the Islanders.
The way I look at it with Anders Lee is, okay, if Anders Lee was in the series, does that change the outcome? I think it makes the Islanders a better team. That's not a question. But does that push them over the top on, like, in terms of beating the Lightning?
He's a damn good player, but is he? If you put Anders Lee onto the Tampa Bay Lightning, is he on the top line?
No.
If you want him in bang crash row, maybe, but pure talent wise, he's not Stamkos, he's not Cooch, he's not Point.
Yeah, like I agree with what you're saying though, in terms of, adding more offense.
Yeah,
but they literally, like, they have just under $6 million in cap space. Anthony Beauvillier had a decent playoff. Adam Pelech was playing on their first pairing, and Ilya Sorokin is one part of that tandem. And it's like, they're going to have to make another trade like they did last offseason, where like Devin Tays 2 second-round picks. Like, I don't know who on this team is going to be traded, because some of those deals aren't in terms of trade value, aren't fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be difficult to maneuver it. And it's Lou, so like I can see him figuring it out because it's Lou, but it's going to be a difficult offseason.
It is. I think that there are a lot of those contracts there where they are good players. It's just in terms of the term, in terms of the cap hit, it's like there are a lot of loyalty ones where I know Lou Lamoriello has spoken about it before with his time with the Devils, where he's mentioned, I'll pay a third line guy as much as I'm going to pay a first line guy because he does his job. And then he's mentioned because we're a family and this is how things are supposed to fit. And I can understand that where this team, where they found quality, they have these good guys, but again, like I'm not dissing Lou Lamoriello in any way. I'm not at all. But the thing is, when he was with New Jersey, he asked superstars to take discounts. He's not asking Brock Nelson to take a discount. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's going to probably ask Adam Pelech to take market value or below that. You know, it's not the same as asking Scott Niedermayer to like, hey, avoid arbitration.
You know, you just kind of hope maybe he calls Seattle and it's like, hey there, Leo Komarov. And maybe you see that Andrew Ladd contract. Maybe, come on, I know you want. You might want to hit the cap floor. I don't know. Maybe he goes to Robida Island all of a sudden.